path that he did. I believe he went to Howard University School of Law, graduated first in his class. The University of Maryland School of Law obviously rejected a very qualified individual, but the segregation policy basically stood up. So, in some ways, I don't know if Thurgood probably had a little bit of sour grapes, but he was able to continue on and eventually achieve what he did. So it certainly didn't stop him, and maybe gave him some motivation.
In 1936, Thurgood Marshall joined the Baltimore branch of the NAACP, and by 1938, he had become its chief legal officer. By 1940, the NAACP created a legal defense and educational fund, with Marshall as its director and counsel.
Being young, having a lot of energy, and working in the court cases for the NAACP. But I also think part of his heritage, and usually you have a young African-American lawyer for the national advancement for colored people. It's only got to be something that is connected to his heritage personally. So, yeah.
Marshall had won 29 of the 32 cases he presented in front of the Supreme Court.
Brown versus Board of Education, probably the largest Supreme Court case that has ever been held. It overturned Plessy versus Ferguson, which was a great deal of discrimination written into the law. So Brown versus Board of Education was probably the most instrumental judgment for the African American community ever. So, and it was highly publicized too. So action in terms of the black community was supposed to level the playing field. In other words, give opportunities to those who did not have them. To some degree, it will be negative because those possibly qualified could not get positions at colleges or things like that. And yet, maybe if, as a people, African Americans were the ones who discriminated against, which we know is the case. This allows them the opportunity to improve their lives. Kind of note Thurgood Marshall's views are one being lawyer for the NAACP, next arguing a court case for Brown versus the Board of Education, that being the first African American Supreme Court justice, and all these things line up together. So I don't think it was a surprise to anybody what his views were, both politically and I guess even in terms of race.
Really, do you feel any sympathy for, any understanding of the Southerner, the white Southerner who was forced suddenly to change not only his attitude but his whole way of life?
I have as much sympathy as I could have for anybody. I recognize it is a tough problem. It's a problem that at times would seem to the average Southern white man as being insoluble. I recognize it, and I, for one, would do everything in my power, and so would the NAACP, to work it out in a way that would be satisfactory to both sides concerned. And I can't be any more forthright than that, because that's the honest-to-goodness truth.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Mr.
Marshall served 23 years in the Supreme Court and died in 1991 at the age of 82.